Let's now take a look at how you can control your privacy on this site. First, let's get our bearings. You see my cursor moving at the top left? Okay, great. Hopefully you'll be able to watch my cursor and it'll make it much easier for you to understand what I'm talking about, for I'm going to point to everything. Okay, as you can see, we're not signed into this site, so we're looking at it like someone from the general public. When a member of the general public goes into a blog post, they can see comments, and here Natty has left a comment underneath Reverend Carlton's blog, but a member of the general public cannot add a comment. As you can see, a note is left saying you need to be a member of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Arlington to add comments. When you're adding content to the site and you want to check to see if what you marked as private is actually private, sign out of the site, refresh your browser window, and then, as a member of the general public, try to find your way to the content you published. If you're able to find it as a member of the general public, that means that you did not save the settings properly, and you need to go back and take a look at what you just did to ensure that you clicked the right controls. Okay, let's go ahead and sign in and take a look at how we can control our privacy. Okay, now you can see that I'm signed in because up here it says my name, and over here on the dashboard box it says my name. This dashboard box is really important to you. It's your control center. Let's click on My Settings. Here's the name of this section, My Settings, okay? And it has 5 sub areas. The first one is labeled Profile. This is where you set information about you as an individual that it will carry with you when you move throughout the site. This is where you upload a photo to be your profile photo. It needs to be a legible photograph so that we can tell it's you. Please do not use a graphical image or a photograph of a flower or something else that is not you. The reason for this is we are practicing radical hospitality, and photos that represent us, that show who we are, make it very easy to recognize one another in the church and out of the church. And also, as you're posting content and your profile photo appears with you, it brings the church to life in that there are real caring people and friendly people who are in our online church. If you don't want to have a photo to represent yourself, that's understandable. There are a variety of reasons why individuals choose not to use a photo. And when you decide you don't want to use a photo for yourself, we provide a default chalice icon. So, individuals who do not want to have a photograph of themselves online just use what we automatically provide to them. And we've chosen this chalice for everyone to use because it reinforces that we are all Unitarian Universalists. Please note that if you use the default chalice icon, your name will still appear with everything that you do online. Whenever your name is visible, it is clickable, and it will take you to your My page, which is also known as the profile page. So in this case, let's click on Jamie's name. It takes us to Jamie's profile page, or her page. Your page is accessed by clicking on My Page up here in the navigation bar, which appears on every page of this site. So it is here in the My Settings area, which you got to by clicking on the My Settings link atop the right hand column box. And it's where you do your photo. You can change your email address here. You can change your password here. This is where your full name goes. Your birth date goes here, and it's important to use your real birth date because we need to verify that you're of age to use this site. Anybody under 18 needs the approval of their parents, and before we will put the underage person online, we want to talk to the parents and make sure the parents know how to use this site. The site is different than Facebook, and while many kids know how to use Facebook and set their privacy there, it's different here, and so we want to draw attention to that. You indicate if you're a member. You don't need to put your country. When you filled out the submission for sign-in privileges, you answered some questions about multiculturalism. If you want to change them, you can change them here. There are other items on this page that we'll explain later in a tutorial on the My Page or My Profile page feature. But for now, let's just focus on privacy settings. So we've talked about the photograph because that is one thing that we believe everyone should put up publicly unless they have a specific reason not to. In other words, don't keep your visual identity private. Share it if you can. Make it public. It's a friendlier presentation of yourself. Okay, this second area underneath my settings, which is called privacy, and which I've arrived at by clicking on privacy, is perhaps the most important page in this whole site for you when it comes to controlling your privacy. We recommend the following. This first category of privacy settings is called visibility. We recommend that you set your profile page to be visible to members only. I clicked members only. The reason for this is that so many of us are new to this kind of a social network that you don't realize that if you make your profile page public to everyone, then Google will crawl it, and when your name is typed into Google, a link will return that will bring you to your profile page and it will be visible. If you don't mind having that happen, then by all means set it to anyone. But for now, if you're new to all this, set it to members, and then only the individuals who can sign into the church will see your profile page. The Just My Friends option here is part of the friending feature on this site, and friending will be a topic of a tutorial coming up. So if you're interested in understanding what friends and friending mean, you'll want to watch that tutorial. Okay, so the second choice in the visibility category of private settings is regarding your blog. Everyone who can sign in has a blog and can upload photos and videos. So when you do these things, you want to indicate here who can actually view. And viewing is not the same as having the right to comment or to leave feedback. In this case, we are only talking about who can actually look at what you've done. We recommend you mark it as anyone. And the reason why is that even if the general public takes a look at your blog or your photos or your videos, the general public cannot comment, cannot leave a comment or leave feedback. So whatever you do here helps others who are interested in our church to understand who we are and what we do. So we recommend that you indicate anyone. Now please note that this setting specifically for blog, photo, and video visibility on a case-by-case basis, when you go to write a blog or upload a photo or video, you can decide who sees it. And on a case-by-case basis, it will trump this default visibility setting. This next choice in visibility has to do with the events tool, which we aren't using, so we're just going to skip right over that. If you write a blog and you want other blogging services to know about your blog, then you want to check this off. to find out what those blogging services and other options are for getting your blog known, click this question mark and you can read about it.